exciting.
Oh yeah, but we do have it ready from both players, so if you can see the stream, right? The share screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's not waste any more time and count it down in
3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Okay,
That was so exhilarating. I've never done that.
First time for everything. Okay, I need to ask you this. What is your full Twitch handle? Because I just have you in as J-Wong in the Twitch thing.
Oh, it's jhwang103.
Okay.
And it's just like a school ID that I just use for usernames sometimes because I didn't realize that people on Twitch had cool usernames. So I'll change it soon, I promise.
Oh no, it's fine. It's, none of them will be as cool as Peekayric, so
yeah,
it all means
compete with Peekayric.
My favorite is when people call me Peekayric.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, but you took it already, so.
Very nice. All right, 69,000 points for both players. Yeah, they're going. Actually, I was about to say they're going perfect. Myles are taking 2 burns, so yeah, this is gonna be
unacceptable.
Yeah, unbelievable. Might as well just give it to Scuti. This is gonna be interesting to see from Myles because the last time he made it to the finals, he early topped out against Andy in game 1, and he failed a chase down by like 1,000 points in game 2 and then game 3. Andy
that's actually heartbreaking.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be really interesting, especially in this game 1, to see how Myles fares up in the finals. And I feel like depending on how game 1 goes, that might
like shift his mental.
Yeah,
well, for now he's got his game face on. He's locked in. He's in his new dorm.
Hey, Peek, change the bottom bar. Oh shoot, you're right, Ian Keith. This is not the semifinals. This is the championship finals. Thank you so much. Because I keep forgetting. Listen, we need a producer. One of these days, we just need a producer.
An executive producer?
Yes. Unpaid. We can't have that.
Burrito Dad says, "Oh, it's Vit Girl." Yes, that's me.
You know, it is funny that just that quickly you already have a legacy known as the Vits Girl. One thing I recently found. No, go ahead.
Oh, lots of other people are also part of Vits Nation. I think I'm just one of the most vocal ones.
Yeah, the thing is, people have been addicted to Vits for a long time now. I remember when Somalian Captain was like really into Vits back in 2021, and now people are acting like it's just a new thing. Yeah. But hey, at least you're known for the Vits. What I ended up being known for, other than screaming and Scuti in a bit of trouble right now. So let's stop yapping for a second while he tries to take this down. Nice little single there. Anyway, what I ended up being known for apparently is for misdropping and topping out after having a really clean stack.
Oh no.
That's kind of, when people top out when that happens, they just call it a Peekayric stack, and I'm like, well,
you mean like when you're too high on the screen and you can't fix it fast enough?
Well, not even that. It's like it seems like your board is clean, and then you misdrop, and then like 1 or 2 misdrops happen, and you just top out immediately.
Yeah, happens to me all the time.
There you go. That ends up being that's what I'm known for now. 359 for 360 for Myles, 383 for Scuti. And then you top literally me on 19, bro. Myles. Yeah, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, here we go. Both players potential for 600k transition. What are your thoughts on Scuti's play in the semifinals, especially in game 1 against Dog?
Oh, wait, remind me of game 1.
Game 1 was a 1.7 between Scuti and a 1.67 from Dog, so like it was back and forth.
No, that was absolutely crazy. Both of the players played their absolute hearts out. I feel like game 1 is so important for setting the scene for the rest of the match that, you know, players try extra hard. They're like refreshed. They want to get that momentum going. So it was truly crazy from both players to see such high scores. And yeah, I think like Scuti is playing really, really well today. His mechanics are on point. His stacking is good. He's locked in. Yeah, I think we're about to see a couple of really great games from Scuti here in this finals.
And I really want to see how Myles does. I feel like against Sodium, he did play really well, but I feel like there was a bit of a nerves because I feel like he knows that he's a favorite to win. And definitely has the more competitive potential than Sodium. But what ended up happening is I think he got too into his head and started misdropping a lot and playing very safe on 29. So I feel like it's going to be interesting to see how he does against Scuti, who you could say is more of an even play field, just in raw competitive playing alone.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think Myles going against Sodium and knowing that Sodium doesn't have the level of 29 playability that Myles does, maybe Myles felt a little bit more safe, you know, taking it more easy, taking more burns, because he knew that he could probably outlast Sodium by the end. But, you know, you don't have that with Scuti, so he's going to have to, if that was his mindset, he's going to have to shake things up a little bit here.
Yeah, but here we go. First transition. Looks like Scuti has the advantage here at 598 for Myles, 675 for Scuti. So once again, Scuti with a monstrous transition. We saw this in game 3 against Dog, and he's just maintaining that momentum. Nice spin there with the help piece for Scuti. But is continuing his tear here on the 19 speeds. Myles at 652, still behind by 2.5 Tetris as both players are with a drought.
Weathered it just fine. Tetris is out of both. So funny, every time I see someone like with a double well now, I always think of it as a potential Vits. I think like it's broken my brain a little.
You know, I've never seen you actually play. Do you set up for as many Vits as you should try to, as you like see when you watch Tetris?
When I do when I can. Honestly, I do way more than I should, but maybe not as much as you think I do.
Fair. I mean, it's probably more than I do. I literally never see Vits unless it's accidental. But what's not accidental?
It's fun.
Listen, no, I can't do it. It's like I can't see it, especially when it's like I can only do delayed Vits because if I see the long bar in the next piece, I can't react fast enough for it. It has to be delayed.
Yeah.
But anyway, 863 for Myles, 926 for Scuti, and Scuti right now trying to bring this down. He's lost a bit of pace, but Myles still behind by 50,000 points.
Yeah, I mean, both of them were digging right there, so don't think either of them could really capitalize on
that. Dan saying, don't need stacking of God mechs. True, very true. Scuti one off of a max out here at level 27. And Myles has actually caught back up to Scuti's efficiency, now only behind by a Tetris and change, as we are nearing the first 29 transition between these two players of the championship finals. Who will take first blood? Both players experiencing the same drought, 30 pieces and counting. Oh man,
droughts on 28 are never fun to contend with. Really have to get get these boards back down.
43 pieces. That long bar's not showing up. Give him the bar. Finally gets along for Tetris, but in a lot of trouble. Needs to survive this. Still behind by 32,000 points as he transitions with a max out. Scuti with a 1.1 and counting as he scores that Tetris. So here we go. First 29 transition between these two players.
I'm honestly so impressed that Myles was able to get that back down on 29.
Yeah, some very nice burns here from Myles. He's still alive now. Has to go Tetris ready as he's now 4.5 Tetrises behind Scuti. Scuti not letting go of the gas pedal. Looking for that potential back-to-back world title, CTL title for the reigning champs. Myles though bangs on a Tetris now with 1.18. Scuti with 1.3 and bangs on a Tetris 1.34.
Beautiful placements from both of them. Hitting all of those 5 taps, absolutely crucial.
Myles in a lot of trouble. Needs a flapper in there with the LPs. Gets the LPs right on time. Nice set of pieces here. It's gonna be Tetris ready and looking for that long bar. That long bar's not showing up. Getting dragged by 36 pieces and counting. What are these droughts in the seed? Bangs on a Tetris. 1.29 for Myles. 1.42 for Scuti.
Myles knows he's behind, so he's like really trying to stay efficient here.
Oh man, that overhang from Myles could have been a little deadly, but he's doing a great job at managing to stack Scuti in a bit of a situation. Has to burn this down. This could give Myles the opportunity to catch back up, only behind by 2,000 points. Needs a J piece. Gets the J piece, and Scuti might top out here, and that will do it. So it's Myles. 1.44 is the score to beat, but he's in a lot of trouble. Gets a long bar for the 5-tap. 5-tap there for long bar.
That was beautiful.
He needs a Tetris and change. He needs at least one Tetris. Oh my god, these pieces are not friendly for Myles. He's Tetris ready. Gets a long for Tetris. 1.43. Now he needs a triple. Gets a double. Needs a triple. Needs a triple. Or a double. Oh my god, he's going to be behind by 2,000 points. Or 1,000 points. Oh my god.
My goodness. I think he thought he had it there. Right at the end.
Oh my god. No. Everybody's beside themselves.
No. Biggest fumble of this. Oh no. I think from his reaction there, I think he thought he had it right there with that double at the end.
Yeah. Maybe he thought it could have. Maybe he thought one of those burns could have been a triple that ended up being like a double, but.
Oh no, that's actually heartbreaking.
So this, I mean, now you know how he felt during Andy in that game too. That's almost exactly what happened, except it was on a level 34. But
no, you're writing the repeat into existence.
Oh, the script. We recycled the script. But we do have it ready from Scuti, so yeah, he was one line away. Let's get started with game number 2. Count it down in
2, 1, Tetris. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen.
I used to do that all the time, especially when I was restreaming, and then I ended up being like 5 seconds behind my commentary. So
yeah, because I got chat in the other one.
Unfortunate there, but what a game 1! Oh my god.
Yeah, that was actually crazy. Such good performances. Oh, and the Vits! Did you see that?
Yeah. The one time I don't miss it.
Oh, that was so great.
See, that was delayed Vits, wasn't it? Robin said that delayed Vitses are not Vits. They're just war crimes. But honestly, I believe delayed Vits are the only way.
No, I believe it was coming next and he pulled back for it.
Oh. Well, I think I'm just coping then. Alright, Scuti with a long bar dependency on column 1 and also a L-tuck setup.
You just tucked a T into it, trying to bring it down.
What's a VIT? It stands for vertical I-tuck setup. So whenever you hear me say a VIT setup, that is a redundant thing to say. Because it's already in the name. I don't need to say setup, but I still do because I'm just
yeah,
like,
I mean, all of the other adjustments are the actual move. Vits is the only adjustment that is named after the setup, so I say Vits setup sometimes too.
See, there you go. That means it's the correct way of saying it. And now Mari says it's bad stacking, so.
Okay, Mari. Well, you're not on comms, so.
Yeah, that is true, by the way. I'm also the editor, so I could just edit out anybody saying something bad about Vits. I will say though, I hate the name Vits, and I still do. I just really like the setup.
I think it's better than death-defying vertical long bar slide.
You see, I think that's so funny that it becomes good again because it's such a stupid. Where you go, Myles.
Oh, they're both kind of in little pickles.
It's the moo thing, says Dog. Yes.
I I heard that apparently before it was Moo thing, it was like Hydrant's thing. Definitely a lot of history there.
Yeah, some people just choose to update the names out of nowhere, like
Actually, speaking of dog, he's the one that told me what Vits were.
Oh, there you go. Shout out to the dog for ruining classic Tetris. No, I'm kidding. There we have it. Let's do some score checks, you know? This is basically the type of commentary I always do in the regular seasons. Just talking about nothing that involves the game. 294 for Myles, 275 for Scuti. Oh, and Mudu's saying I unconsciously stole the setup from Adam, so I guess we're just all a bunch of thieves.
Oh, great pullback there from Myles to make room for the long bar.
Zeeth, Pyson, 27, Slayer Tompa, Gladbach, 1989. Thank you so much for the follows. Dan V the Pants saying, imagine stealing, I would never do that. I was kind of hoping that he would say that like in the monthly Tetris Twitch account. Yeah.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Oh, I saw it. I saw the blank thing before he did it. It makes me so happy now that I get to like see when adjustments should happen before they happen.
Oh, Scuti in a lot of trouble right now. Had needed that flat burn, and now it's set up for delayed sequence. Has a lot of holes in his stack. Oh my god, Scuti gets a split double.
And he's being so intentional with these placements too. He knows exactly where they have to go.
Yeah, Scuti is surviving this, so he's going to be okay. It is going to cost efficiency, though, which Myles can use to his advantage. This is something he needs to take into account. He needs to... I think it just needs, like, one game win, and I feel like we'll be seeing a more calm and, like, collected version of Myles. He is very calm right now, but, you know, I feel like that...
For sure, yeah. Momentum is so important.
Yeah, especially in... I think what got to his head was... He was so close to not getting that sweep again, or not getting swept again, and then he lost it by 1,000 points, and I feel like he needs to maintain that same momentum he had in game one, and he's doing a great job at it now. Potential for a 580 into transition.
He's choosing to play, you know, 2 rows up. Doesn't want to give in any of that efficiency, doesn't want to burn it back down.
Yeah, Scuti will transition with a 490. Myles transitions with a 590. So here we go. Second 2019 transition. I mean, Myles with a T-tuck. And a nice T-spin from Scuti. Is looking to build up his left side. And is Tetris ready once again? So Scuti's doing a great job here. Myles zipping those long bars all the way to the left. And Myles experiencing this drought, but it's going to be okay. Bangs on a Tetris 694. Now it's 577 for Scuti.
Yeah, just some really clean play from both players. Scuti knows that he's a little bit behind, so I feel like he's doing his best to, try to stay aggressive, but that long bar didn't make it all the way over.
Scuti needs a 5-tap. It's double long bar dependent, gets the 5-tap in, and it's gonna be, I wouldn't say okay, but it is gonna cause some burns. This is still diggable. People are asking
even further behind.
People are asking for the playlist. I don't even know what's playing right now, but I'm sure it's something. I don't think it's Wipeout. There's like no Wipeout in this playlist. Yeah, it's Gerudo Valley probably. Yeah. Anyway, Scuti with a double is almost 7 Tetrises behind Myles.
Myles was holding out for the T there, but couldn't find it.
See, I don't know.
I never know how long to wait to hold out for the T.
Oh yeah.
T-spin set up. I feel like I always wait way too long.
Oh yeah, and then when you decide not to wait too long, it shows up right in the next piece, so it's... Yeah, here go Myles ahead by over almost 200,000 points, so what do you think might happen here with 29 play? This is Myles is like a different scenario where he's no longer behind. This time he's with a very significant lead.
For sure. As we inch closer to level 29, I think he's going to play it really safe, make sure he has a really good board going into 29 because he can afford it. And just do his best to, you know, take Tetrises when he can, but also not be afraid to line out a little bit more or take some burns if he has to because he knows he's ahead.
It looks like both players experiencing the same drought. Scuti with 2 Tetrises now with a 905. Gonna transition with a 1-off if he gets this next Tetris. Myles already with a max out. Looking for a potential 1.1 into transition. Oh, it looks like he'll be with a 1.096. Scuti will transition with a 977. So here we go. Can Myles tie up the set this time? Or will Scuti take a game 2 victory and be at match point for the 3rd game?
And Scuti immediately already with a really weird board. Trying to clear things up, trying to get things to the side.
Man.
This is not what he needs when he's already behind.
My god, those squares to the right are so scary because even though that's a 4-tap, that's still so easy to hang, especially when your board was aspired as his was. But he's doing a great job here with the mechanics. Max out for Scuti, 1.12 for Myles, who hasn't really taken a Tetris yet. He's just been burning. Scuti with the first Tetris of the 29 speeds. And Myles will bang down a Tetris. And a misdrop there.
Weird placement, yeah.
It's going to be okay, though, but it is going to give Scuti the opportunity to catch back up, and he's doing just that, not only behind by less than a Tetris, so this is anybody's game right now. 5-tap there for Myles. Scuti is still burning. Myles could use this to his advantage, but he's also in a digging situation. He's a Lombard solves his dependency in the center.
Which is not friendly to his board. A little bit of jaggedness.
Scuti is going for the Lombard dependency, but he's Tetris ready now. Can he get the Lombard in time? Gets the Lombard for Tetris, behind by 580 points.
Oh, it's so close.
Myles with a crucial 5-tap to solve that Jade dependency. Scuti in a lot of trouble. Doesn't hit the 5-tap, and that's going to do it for Scuti.
But Myles blocked the well right when that long bar came, and he's trying to... Oh, wait, he's already won.
Yes.
Oh my god, okay. I have
Very
PTSD
nice
from the last game.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'm sure Myles does too. Very nice though. Myles has taken game 2 and his first ever game win in his finals career. So this is the first time he's won a game in the championship finals. Tying up the set with Scuti here. Both players are ready, so count it down. This time look at the Discord. Yeah. Count it down in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
You know what we should do? We should have a bunch of people in the voice chat, but they can only talk when we're doing the countdown, so they do the Tetris chant like they do in CTWC. But that's all.
Yeah, that'd be so sick.
But that's all they do. They wouldn't even talk.
That's the only thing they're allowed to.
Yeah, exactly.
If you notice right at the beginning there, Myles did the Broden opener and Scuti didn't. So I don't know if Scuti didn't see it, or I just think it's a really interesting difference in their stacking just right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know, man. All these adjustments, I've definitely every game I play in comp, I probably missed 5 different adjustments I could have done, but I ended up just setting up a flat burn or something.
That's true. That's true.
Lil Bongo with the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome on in, everybody on
Broden
YouTube.
Opener is Z45 and then L123. It's when you get the Z first and the L second.
There you go. Online facts for the adjustments. I'm gonna completely forget that after.
Yeah. The first time that I heard that, I had to draw it in my head, and it took a minute longer than it should have.
Yeah, at least you got it now. Now it's in your memory. I've been commentating for like 4 years now, and it's still I still can't even differentiate between a JD spin and a boiler spin. So.
Oh, one of them looks cooler. That's all.
Ian Keith on Twitch saying, "Let's go with let's start the Let's Go Toogie chant," and then some review with a "Boo Go." Yeah.
Anyway, Scuti with a J dependency solves the J dependency. Bit of a drop forming, but gonna be okay.
Both playing up top here.
Yeah, Myles with that 29-piece drop does get the Lombard time for the Tetris.
He needed that J too. I always make that J dependency.
Oh yeah, J dependencies are like my biggest, like, I rely way too much on J dependencies. Like, way too much. Like, it doesn't matter what playstyle I do, like if it's dash, tap, or roll, I just always gotta set up those J dependencies.
Yeah, like right on the left side.
Yeah. Ian saying J dependencies are the funniest thing considering it's the second least likely piece to be dealt. Or Alright, Scuti with an L dependency, not a J piece. He's Tetris ready, trying to build up the left side of his board. There you go. Bangs on a Tetris. So it looks like we might be seeing... There is a potential for a 600k transition. This is still too early to tell, but this is a really good start to...
So close.
Yeah. So we've seen game 1 where Myles is behind by a significant margin. Game 2 where Scuti is behind by a significant margin. Will we see a situation where both players are neck and neck into 29? And how will both of them deal with that newer situation?
Yeah, I feel like the name of the game this match is, you know, having the better score into transition into 29, and it seems like they know that now, so they're really trying to be the one that's ahead going into that fastest speed.
Yeah, for sure. You could have just ended it at the name of the game, having the highest score. That's it.
But particularly,
Yeah.
especially this one.
Very true. Scuti right now, not really setting up the 600k strats. He's kind of trying to set up a top out strats. Well, he's not gonna top out. 481 for Scuti, 519 for Myles. Yes, Mudu saying Scuti disrespecting parity. And then, hey John, you know, back when, I don't know if you guys are aware, back when, I don't know if he was ever called this or if this is just me making stuff up, when the parrot emote used to be called Parody Parrot, if I'm not mistaken. I know he was always called Pigeon, but I feel like he was at one point called that. And that was when we were really obsessed with parody, before rolling.
You're saying the parrot used to be called Pigeon?
John. His name was John.
I see. I mean, parody is still really important.
Yeah.
I'm not obsessed with parody anymore.
Yeah, speaking of being obsessed with something, I'm obsessed with these scores, so I'm going to be score checking. 562 for Scuti, 616 for Myles with a Lombard dependency. He does still have a 600k transition, but it is going to cause some burns as he nice double there. Wow, that adjustment was crucial for Myles.
Vision. That was so good. Oh, now he was dependent again.
Yeah, but he's still in a safe enough position. Got the right set of pieces. Scuti with the delayed burn. Opens up his right. Well, his Tetris ready, but getting droughted. Oh no, Scuti. Scuti in a lot of trouble. Gets the llama right in time for the Tetris.
That was scary for a second.
Yeah, those square pieces are just so... Dude, you know what? Square pieces are my least favorite.
To take care of those misdrops so easily. That's so impressive.
Yes, but
Sometimes when you misdrop, like the board isn't what you expected that it would look like. So like your brain isn't ready for the next piece and you misdrop a couple more and you know, you just top out Peekayric style.
Jesus, good lord. I didn't even. Oh, okay, there you go. Scuti with a T. Now that's a Peekayric misdrop right there. That's the T piece. Now Scuti with a Lombard dependency. Yeah, now a lot of trouble. Still ahead by only 18,000 points, but Myles takes the lead with that Tetris. Now Scuti needs to survive this. He will, but it is going to cost a significant amount of efficiency. And yeah, he's going to be okay, but Myles is now taking a 60,000 point lead. Imagine the game plan, or what can end up happening if Myles ends up taking game 3 and be at match point for his first title.
I mean, the most important thing was that Scuti didn't top out right there. So, you know, anything's better than that. So he's still in the game for sure. We'll see.
King's been saying Peek one of the few Latam players that can play on the Latam kill screen, which, if you guys aren't aware, Latam kill screen is just 19. That's the Latam kill screen. Anyway, Scuti at 898, 958 for Myles. So looks like Myles once again will have a slightly less significant advantage, but still an advantage into 29. Scuti is dependent on a J piece, does get the Lombard for the Tetris to bring this board down, but is in a bit of trouble. Gets another Tetris, so we'll see what he ends up doing right before transition. Oh my god, these pieces are so unfriendly for Scuti.
And having a bad left is really difficult right before 29.
Oh my god, Scuti needs to survive this transitions with a 983. Needs a flat burn, hits the 5-tap with a T-piece. So clutch plays here from Scuti. Myles, also with a precarious board, needs an L, gets the L piece in time, gonna burn into transition with a max out.
This is so high up.
Oh my god, both players in a situation here. Scuti needs a Lombard to solve his dependencies. Myles bangs on a Tetris.
That flat burn for Myles was so cerebral.
Yeah, he really needed that though, because he's now clean as Scuti is still burning behind by 74,000 points. Now 70,000 points. Myles is Tetris ready and behind in a line count. So this is a definitive lead for Myles. Scuti does bang down a Tetris as well though. So we are back and forth here with Tetris plays.
Scuti a little bit messy right now. I think he was trying to center well and then didn't get the pieces.
Oh man, Scuti needs a square. He needs a square. Or a J piece now. Doesn't get the Lombard over to the left side, and that will do it for Scuti. Myles has taken game 3 and is at match point.
Yeah, that missed 5-tap with the J was so tough.
This is crucial for Scuti. Our reigning champion needs to take game 4 to force this decider, and Myles 1 game away from taking his first title in CTL and us being back-to-back on first timers. Scuti being our first time CTL winner last season.
On fire right now, and this momentum is definitely helping him. He's probably feeling really good. He's on match point. He has a game to give if he has to.
We do have it ready from both players, though, so let's count down what could be the final game of the season. Count it down in
3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Wait, wrong.
Oh.
Wrong seats? Yeah, wrong seats. Dog saying W wrong seed strategy. Alright, new seed. And Kingsman says, winner of this match takes home 50% of the prize pool, at least $642.78 at this moment, which can be raised with contributions to our Match Reno. If you guys would like to help contribute to the prize pool, you can do so with Match Reno. Let's even get to like 1,300. I think that'd be a good little even number, at the very least. Got a ready from Myles and a ready from Scuti. So take 2, game 4. What could be the final game this season unless they get a wrong seed again. Let's count it down once again in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
There we go. So Scuti on the ropes, 1 game away from Myles from taking his first title. What?
Yeah, Scuti really needs to win this one. Defending his championship, and you know, he got to the semis in CTM too, and he's probably having flashbacks to, you know, doing so well the entire month or the entire season in CTL, and now he really needs this game.
Yeah, for sure. Kingsman with the, I think he was claiming some sponsor requests on the match. Reno, thank you so much, Kingsman. But yeah, Scuti, I feel like the name of the game right now is just maintaining safe and efficient tournament play. I feel like he's been going for a lot of setups to try and go for the crazy paces, but those pieces were not going his way, so he got forced into a significant amount of burns. On 19, he was doing really well. He was able to catch up after being behind. But on that 29, just that unfortunate hang with a Lombard kind of did him in. Myles with the 3 pushdown points.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough when you're behind trying to balance efficiency and survival.
Speaking of survival, Scuti was in a very precarious situation. So was Myles, but regardless, Scuti can't afford another mistake. Needs to win 2 games in a row to take the back-to-back run. We are 377 points separation between these 2 players. Oh my god, these pieces! These pieces! Finally, Scuti gets a Lombard. Myles with a split triple, and Kingsman with a $14.12 contribution into the prize pool, bringing our total up to $1,300. Thank you so much, Kingsman. The king!
There's the pretty number you wanted.
There you go. Well, you know what would be prettier? 1,400. Just saying. 307. Count 240. Oh my god, for sure. He's been still doing the sponsor quests. Yeah, Scuti with a bit of a situation here. Needs to take some burns.
Yeah, trying to hold out for that J. Finally gets it into the score attack. Now it's looking a bit more normal.
Another Trout. Oh my god. 35 pieces and counting. Finally gets a llama for Tetris.
These seeds are absolutely brutal.
Yeah, don't blame me
At
for
the
that.
most inconvenience times 2.
It's because Colin is here. Let's blame him. Not me
Yeah.
who's setting up the seeds.
You can't be known for another bad thing.
No, I already got it. Good lord. That really is my legacy, huh? 386 for Scuti, 351 for Myles. Scuti had a Lombard dependency, but did solve that dependency. Very, very nicely done here from both players. And Scuti sets up, he saw that the Lombard was showing up 1 piece afterwards, so he set up the dependency for it. What are your thoughts on Lombard dependencies?
I mean, if they happen to be Vits, I like those ones, I think.
Well, yeah. Let's say it wasn't a Vitz, right?
Yeah, I personally set up way too many long bar dependencies, just like waiting for a piece, and then I just keep waiting for the piece and make a hole, and eventually becomes a long bar dependency. So yeah, I try to avoid those. I'm not very good at it yet.
Listen, I don't think...
Usually
No, go ahead.
when I like set up a dependency, I tell my friends that I'm campaigning for mayor of Dependency City. And then when I start doing really poorly, I'm mayor of Dependency City. But because my friends know I say this already, I just start saying, I'm mayor, and they all know what I mean.
Oh my gosh. There you go. But what I was trying to say is that I don't think Lombard dependencies are bad, right? If you want to do Lombard dependencies, I feel like it's actually a better dependency than what people make it out to be. And Scuti, oh Jesus Christ, Scuti, please. Scuti. Hold on, I need to talk about dependencies more. Don't top out yet. There you go. Transitions with a 557.
Oh, some great flat burns there.
Oh god, that's square. Oh my god, square pieces. Literally square pieces. I hate them so much. Just because, like,
Yeah.
it's so
Playing
easy
on
to...
the LATAM kill screen this high.
Yeah, this is unprecedented. Oh man. 560 for Myles, 620 for Scuti. Yeah, that was a very... You've been seeing a lot of drops this seed. Like, good lord, what is happening? It's just, you get one drought after the other. Oh, Scuti. That was definitely miscalculation. He thought that was going to burn. Adjust that piece, but isn't getting the right pieces to accommodate this stack.
This is so tough.
Needs a square piece, gets a square piece, now he's a J piece or a Lombard, hits the Lombard with the 5-tap. Another 5-tap there with the S piece, bangs on a Tetris.
Oh, that bar came just in time.
When you're in a situation where you're one game away from losing the finals, it's like every single situation like that, it's like you can't even commentate. You just gotta hold your breath and hope for the best. Like, you just, like, as a commentator, I'm just, like, feeling every single dig that Scuti is in right now. Not because...
Yeah.
Not because I necessarily want him to win.
I'm sweating.
Yeah. But Scuti is still alive, ahead by a Tetris and a half. 758 for Scuti, 715 for Myles. So Scuti is ahead. But this is still neck and neck. Another Tetris for Scuti, and he is clean. He's gonna be okay for the time being. Myles with all these tuck setups. Nowhere to place that square piece. On a bit of a situation, needs to burn this down. Creates a couple of holes in his stack, but it opens up that well. Has to close it right back up, but he's open and bangs on a Tetris. 819 for Myles, 836 for Scuti.
Yeah, easy work for Myles here.
Yeah, Scuti now 875 has lost a little bit of pace, not getting some friendly pieces. Still can get the max out into 29, but so can Myles.
Yeah, it's still so close right now. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, we're like in this moment where there's just so much tension. You can't even be like hype or like really pay too much attention to anything other than just hope for the best between these two players and hope we see some good games. Scuti with a flat burn. They're at 945. Needs two more Tetrises for the max out. Forced into a double. Once again, another drought.
Oh, drought and some parity issues for Myles.
Same with Scuti. Scuti just gonna go for the safety triple in the transition with a 997. Now with the max out as Myles transition with a 970. Hangs that Lombard.
Missed that 5-tap.
Yeah, this is still diggable, but needs something to the left side. Yeah. Let's see.
And a couple more.
Oh my god, Myles. Can this be it? Can this be Myles' win? But things are not looking good for him. Needs a 5-tap. Hits a 5-tap with the S piece. Now needs a Lombard column a 9. That Lombard's not showing up, but it shows up too late. And that's going to do it for Myles. And we have ourselves a decider.
Oh my goodness. All these droughts and a decider. The CTWC scriptwriter strikes again.
That's where we spent all our budget, just on the CTWC scriptwriters.
Hiring the scriptwriters.
It is a decider, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right, you guys.
You want to count it down with me?
Yeah, let's count out together. Game number 5. This is it. Final game of the match and of the tournament. Who will be our champion? Let's count it down in 5,
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This is it, guys. This is for all the marbles. Well, not really, because there is a prize pool distribution, so even if the other player loses, they still get a cut of the money. But
this is for a good chunk of the marbles.
Yeah. Mudu's saying Myles cooks here. This is his tick.
Immediately a drought.
Yeah, immediately. Jesus, this is... It's fine. It's just 20 pieces. All right. Now this is where I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who do you think has the advantage in this decider?
I really can't say. I don't want to jinx it one way or another. I think both of them have such good chances. We've seen them play so well over the past 4 games. It's really anybody's game. Sometimes at the end, it just comes down to, like, whose stacking style is better for the piece set that they get.
Yeah, I think at this point, it's just... I wouldn't say you're at the mercy of RNG, but you're definitely hoping that it's a little friendly to where it'll let you play your own game and not get too punished for it. Getting a lot of people following here. 118 for Myles, 161 for Scuti. So Scuti starting off with a Tetris advantage. Pacifist and Rage on Twitch saying Scuti has more experience in the finals, so less nervousness maybe. And then Cole responds with Myles has more experience though, so it cancels out. You know, this is type of discussions we should have in the pre-show. It's just what I wanted to do is just like have one person say their opinion, and then the other person is just like, no, you're wrong and you're stupid. Shut up.
I mean, you can look at statistics and like do calculations and stuff all you want, but so much of it is just how the player is feeling that specific day, like how their controller is doing, like in that moment, you know, like if they've had enough sleep. There's so many variables here, and it's just so hard to predict.
Yeah, for sure. It just has to do with how the player is doing in that specific day. And Dan V saying, shut up, Peek, you are wrong. No, you shut up, Dan. You are corrupt in CTM. You know what I'm talking about. I won't mention it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Scudi's board a little bit awkward here. Had a T-spin set up and then was LJ dependent. Now had to fill it in because he wasn't getting the pieces.
Yeah, another drought forming.
Beautiful burns, though.
Oh, Myles. Some very uncomfortable
that
pieces.
Was something.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought he was going to go dirty there. It would have been so high.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where, like, you just have to, like, just hope that you get out of this as quickly as possible. This is not... There was no way that was going to be deadly, but, you know, you're just hoping that you don't get a crappy set of pieces and you end up burning until 19 transition and you're behind by, like, 200,000 points. He's already behind by 74,000, and that is significant, but it is still within striking distance. Scuti once again, 406. Count 352 for Myles.
Both clean now, you know, good fundamental stacking. Myles trying to avoid some dependencies. And that all works out for him.
Yeah, it looks like regardless, Myles has a potential for a mid 500k transition, which is definitely still behind Scuti, but oh my god, this drought. No JP, no LPs, I mean, to solve that dependency. Oh, now 2 pieces, 3 long bars.
at exactly the wrong time, and that one gets over. Oh.
And there you go, able to burn it down. So he's still potential for 500k, but has lost even more pace. Scuti can get a 600 with this efficiency still. Has 3 lines to burn.
I was playing up high again.
That
That's
drought.
so tough.
Good lord, 35 pieces. It's just that this seed just wants to like put you in a false sense of security and then completely rip that away. And Myles will transition at 492, ahead by 10 lines in a line counter.
This is a tough situation for Myles to be in.
Oh my god, Scuti needs a J piece. Uses a long bar and an L piece to solve that.
Perfect pieces.
There you go. Scuti transition with a 558. Has a flat stack. Needs a long bar. Gets a long bar for Tetris. Builds up his left side with that square. Gets another Tetris. And so we are separated by 65,000 points. Myles behind. Slightly ahead in the line count as well. But both players at level 20. And Tetris ready. So here we go, Jasmine. The final 19 transition of the championships. The final transition of season 26. This is it.
I'm nervous.
We have at most 170 lines left to, well, maybe a little bit more depending on how people playing Super Kill Screen. But until the line cap starts at 330 lines, there's still plenty of game left to go. This is anybody's game. This is too close to tell.
What a season it's been.
Yeah, so many.
What a photo finish for this season. A decider. So many droughts.
Yeah, there's been so many unexpected moments, so many upsets and just surprising outcomes. And it is all coming to a culmination in this one Game 5 between these two. Can Scuti, our reigning champion, take the back-to-back title, or will Myles take his first title in CTL? Scuti with a flat stack, needs a long bar, getting droughted. Flat burns there. Oh my god, those burns were so incredible.
Or is just gonna burn it out.
That bar's not showing.
Covers the well right when the bar comes.
Okay,
Good
okay.
flat burns.
Oh my god, Scuti. Flat. Oh my god, gets a long. Needs a long bar now.
Bar.
Give them the bar. Give him the bar. Gets the bar for the Tetris. 781.
And he pulled that square back just in time for it too.
Jesus. That was absolutely. If anybody here has problems with anxiety, I think we lost them. I think because good lord, someone bring in their inhalers or something.
Really takes a pro player like Scuti to be able to even survive that.
Myles
I would
has
have given up halfway through.
Yeah, Myles has taken the lead throughout all of that, but only by a Tetris, so this is still anybody's game. This is too close. This seed is absolutely insane. But so are our two players here, surviving after all of that crap that they've been brought in this Game 5. 9,000 points separating these two players. Another drought. Another drought. If you haven't had enough droughts.
Right before kill screen is so scary.
Scuti with his long bar dependency. Oh my god. Double for Scuti. Is gonna set up for a single. Now it's Tetris ready as Scuti. Myles is all trying to with a 971. So here we go. Final 29 transition of the championships. Who will take it? 2 Tetrises. 1 Tetris now separation between 2 players. This is it.
Myles long bar dependent on the left. Uses a J to fill that.
Scuti
Honestly, sometimes I think it's better to use the J to fill the long bar dependency on the left.
Yeah.
Instead of the long. Ooh.
Myles gets a nice 5-tap there. Scuti with a 988. Oh my god, needs something to the right side. Gets a nice L to the right. Now he's a square piece or a long bar to the left side. Gets a nice 5-tap. Doesn't go for the tuck. That was way too dangerous if he went for that. 5-taps that S piece. Oh my god, the survival from Scuti. Both players are still alive. Less than a Tetris separating these two. Bing! Tetris for Scuti. Oh my god, and we are still kicking.
How did he survive that?
1.02 for Myles, 1.09 for Scuti, who's ahead by a Tetris and a half. Myles is Tetris ready. Needs something left side. Gets a Lombard. Oh my god. Right in time for Myles. Scuti now in a lot of trouble. Still ahead by less than a Tetris. 5 taps at S piece. Needs a Lombard to column 8. Is set up for a dirty Tetris. Needs a dirty Tetris. Doesn't get the dirty Tetris in time. A bit of a mini drought was forming on level 34.
For him to burn that down though, because if he kept waiting for it, I think he would have gone too high.
We are down to our last 40 lines. And a Tetris and a half are separating these two players. Myles is set up for a Tetris. Can he get the Lombard in time? Needs a Lombard, and Scuti gets a Tetris. Myles in a bit of trouble here, forced into a single. Needs a Lombard now. That Lombard's not showing up. Where's that Lombard for Myles? Gets a Lombard for...
Oh my goodness.
But
how did he get that over?
This is still mathematically possible. Myles needs to survive this as quickly as possible, or else this is gonna do it. And Scuti is gonna be our new, our reigning back-to-back CTL champion.
Oh
what
my goodness.
A set.
Wow, and that was not an easy title to defend by any means. And Scuti with the mullen.
Unbelievable scenario here. Scuti clutched up the decider, back-to-back champion, and he has won it for the second time. Myles, though, good lord, you did an incredible job. There's nothing to feel disappointed about. Like, my god, what else is there to say other than...
What a set.
Yeah, that was...
a set.
Wow. I am completely speechless.
I mean, they both played their hearts out. What can you do with that many droughts? Like, it was incredible that they even survived that far, pushed each other to their own limits. Wow.
So, Scuti, our back-to-back champion, and we don't really have a lot of back-to-back champions. That's also a very exclusive title there. Only a few number of players have done that before. I don't know exactly how many, but I know that it's very, very rare. But yeah, let's take a final look at the bracket. Let's update the bracket here. Decider, Scuti has what? Scuti has taken the championship, and yeah, that is it, you guys. Look at this bracket. Look at how many incredible players we had this season.
Wow, what a season. And what a photo finish, too.
Oh, I can't.
Really popped off with that one.
Yeah, the scriptwriter, I think they only pay him overtime for that. I can't manage the prediction because I predicted that Myles would win, and now I lost all my channel points. I lost all 30,000 of my channel points. Oh no.
Yeah, I have 380 channel points right now.
Oh, Kyle the Fanatic saying, I tell you what, you guys got yourself a new fan of CTL. I'm invested now. Can't wait for season 27. But yeah, what a match. Scuti, if you're still in chat, let us know if you want to have an interview. Kingsman, get your ass over here. Oh, Kingsman, welcome. This is the king, you guys. The king is here.
Oh, good. You're screaming on my behalf, so I don't have to do it. Thank you.
Yeah.
First, before we commence the ceremonies here, Jazz, wonderful job by you. You were terrific, so thank you for accepting the offer to come and hang out. You were wonderful. A lot of people enjoyed your commentary. You and Peek, great job today. So very glad that you could join us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Yeah, and I'm happy to be here because now it is the post-game ceremony. We have the champion is here live in the VC, the Blue Scuti, back-to-back champion once again. Congratulations, Scuti. When you're ready, you can take yourself on mute, and we can chat, man. We can have a good chat. This is going to be a good time. You know, Peek, you said it before. Back-to-back champion, very, very difficult to do.
Thank you, King. After game 3, I sort of thought it was over, but I won somehow, so
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people probably thought that this wasn't going to be your day. I know you were chatting in the chat, you were typing away and letting people know that just you couldn't figure out why you were playing so good up until this point, and then you get to the final, and it just seemed like it wasn't going your way. We'll definitely talk about that. Let's talk about the first thing is the season in a nutshell, right? You are playing in Division One. 1A with you played Myles, you played Tristop, a very tough division. Eyeball, who was earlier here, was involved as well in the playoffs. Let's talk about that whole run. Overall, you had a great season. You were 7-0, really. You were a couple of tough ones along the way, but for the most part, coming out on top. And then you played Tristop in the final, and certainly was not your best hour. Why don't you talk about that final game with Tristop, and then your mentality going into the playoffs?
Yeah, so going into the final game against Tristop in the league, so Myles had beaten Tristop and I had beaten Myles. So honestly, I assumed that I'd be able to beat Tristop, but he 3-0'd me, and I. For the whole season, I was playing really good, so that's sort of... It made me think that I was going to go into the playoffs and lose to him a second time, but Sodium took Tristop out for me. Thank you, Sodium.
Yeah, a little surprise there. A lot of people did not have that on their cards that Tristop will be ousted by Sodium. Reverse sweep in that effect as well. Again, looking at the bracket, we have it up on the screen at the moment. Tristop #1 seed. You fall down to #3 because Dog wins Division 1B to go to 2, and so you kind of see you got Dan V. We'll go right into that match. You're down 0-2. Which was a little shocking there too. Dan V up ahead. I know again, first couple of games were not going your way. What was the turning point for you in game #3 to then begin the reverse sweep?
So going into the first two games, I don't know. I wasn't really I didn't have a good mentality the first two games, but yeah, on that third game, it's like something switched with my mentality. I just sort of went, okay, I can't lose. I have everything to gain and nothing to lose. So that's sort of the mentality I had for the match against Dan, and I just continued that, and I started playing well again.
Yeah, certainly. It seemed that game 3, it was like another kind of motion for you. You started to put the jets on. You were laser focused. You take the next 3. You sweep Dan V out of the tournament. He's done. You move on to Championship Sunday, which is today. And then, of course, it's Dog, right? You see #2 seed Dog. He had a good match against Neko. Neko again, another up and rising player that I think certainly we'll see more of in these playoff scenarios. But Dog. Yesterday, the two of you were involved in the Battle Royale #5. So talk about that a little bit too. How much of the endurance does that have to take to play those 8 games, and then the next day you're playing Dog in a best of 5?
Yeah, so the Wars event, I played well the first 3 games, and after the 4th, my mental was just gone, and I sort of had a bad few next games, and Dog actually caught up. He was at 3 points, and I was at like 22, and he caught up, and he was all the way, he was ahead of me, and, it sort of affected me, but, every day's a new day, and I just went in and just played my best. I got a new glove that doesn't have holes in it, so I felt pretty good.
I know you were kind of giving some shade to Dog there right before the match. You said, "Dog, I got a new glove, 600K, 29 or whatever it was you were practicing," and Dog was kind of like, "Okay, bro, calm down, right?" And the next thing you know, you go out and sweep Dog. Clearly, he wasn't at his best. He some mechanical issues, maybe. We can always check in with him about that later on. But you take advantage of it. You beat Dog in the semifinal, and now you got to play pretty much. Let's face it, he's your rival here in Classic Tetris. I mean, the two of you have a history going back. Jazz with the facts before the match is that you're up on him 5-2, but it just seems like in these big moments, the two of you go to war. And what a set this was. Again, talk us through the mindset of the match as it progressed from game 1 to game 5, and you being on the ropes. Myles is up 2-1 in that game 4. Again, sounds like something switched for you again, right?
Yeah, so for me, in finals against Sidnev, actually the last 3 months in CTM, I've lost in the finals to either Alex or Sidnev. I went to the wars, and I lost that, and so I sort of got into that mentality of I play super well in like the semis every time, and then I just play super crappy in the finals, but once again, I think it was game 4. I just tried to, forget that and play my best after I was down. And it's the same mentality of, I'm already down. If there's nothing more to lose, everything to gain. So it's just you gotta keep that mentality, I guess. And it worked out.
Yeah, certainly it did work out. Also, let's talk about that game 1 where you pulled it out. 1,200 points the difference. How important is it to continue to just grind through? We see the digging on level 29, the two of you going back and forth, but mainly it's about survivability on 29. The longer that you can keep the match going, it seems that there is always a chance for someone to come out on top. Your reaction when you saw Myles just missing it?
Yeah, I did not expect Myles to top out. I noticed that he was dirty, and so I was thinking that he'd build for like a triple or something, but he never did. And so I was watching, is like, is he trying to do it in DKS? And it hit, and he had a really bad board, and he couldn't squeak out that final line, so it was just like jumping up and excited I got the first game.
Yeah, definitely all your fans are excited for that. Jasmine here, big fan of the Blue Scuti. Jazz, questions for the young superstar, two-time CTL champion now, back to back.
Yeah, always a big fan. Love watching you play. Peek and I were talking about this at the beginning of one of the earlier games. Coming into this as a winner, trying to defend your championship, do you feel less stressed because you've already won one and you don't have anything to prove anymore, or do you feel more stressed now that you have a championship to defend?
I don't know. It's like I'd say against Dog at least, I did not feel like any nerves whatsoever. Then against Myles, I got a little nervous, but I'd say like this is probably one of the first like top 4 of a tournament where I haven't really been too nervous, because most tournaments before now, like, I've just been completely shaking. But I think I've finally gotten a little bit of control over my nerves. So that's
Do you think then that
good.
you take like each match just like one match at a time and like try not to worry about like the stakes behind it and just like not think about that and just try to play your best Tetris?
Yeah, I just try and play my best. And if I'm playing bad, I just try and reset. Try and just thinking that each game is a new game, and try and not get stuck in like just feeling bad and feeling that you can't win. That's what makes you lose. If you feel like you can win, there's a higher chance that you will. So I feel like that was what
That's really
helped me win.
interesting. So you try to take like just one game at a time, like not think too much about the context of like the rest of the games and the rest of the match?
Yeah, I've beaten Myles before. So I know I can win. So yeah, that's just what I'm trying to think about is, I've like when I play somebody, I think about I've beaten them before, so I can do it again.
Yeah, that's cool. What about like if you're like for instance if you're down 0-2 and you have to win the next 3 to win? Like, are you more stressed playing a game like that than like the first game of a set?
I stress up 0-2.
You what?
I think I'm more stressed being up, like 2-0.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because at least for me, when I'm down 0-2, I feel like I have nothing to lose, and all I can do is just win. So, yeah, because when you're up 2-0, you have everything to lose. Because if you lose 3 in a row, you were so close and you just didn't get it. So,
Yeah.
I think that makes me way more nervous.
Wow, that's so interesting. Well, it's been a pleasure watching you play.
Yeah, thank you.
We got questions from Jasmine right there. Peek, what do you have for our back-to-back champion?
No, I have nothing. I'm not gonna lie. This is. I never have anything. This is all.
I know you
winging
don't, but
it.
I know you don't, but I have to be a gracious host and make sure that you get some airtime as well. But I think that's the funniest part that you always have. I have nothing. Scoots, again, wonderful job by you. Before we let you go, a couple more things. First thing is the grind of CTL. People always talk about that. I kind of bring it up at this stage of the season when we get to the final. Now we've kind of gone down the road of making these divisions larger than when they were smaller ones. Your preference overall, do you prefer seeing these larger divisions where you're getting a more variety of playing different players over a longer period of time, or would you prefer to see the shorter divisions go back to the way they were?
I like the bigger divisions. It is harder to schedule, but I feel like if you lose a match, it's not like fully over. Like if it's just 5 or 6 people in a division, if you lose one, there's only like 3 more matches you have left. But if it's 8 and you lose one, you still have a bunch of matches left to try and rack up the points. So I feel I like these bigger divisions more.
I think that's very kind of you to say that. We know that you're not trying to throw any shade to people like Somalian Captain or Curie, where after one game these big divisions is over for them. But that's okay. Also, Scooty, we're going to take a little break. We're going to be off for a little while. We come back in October. We'll be back after the Jonas Cup. I know there are maybe some rumblings that you might be looking at getting some DAS games in. You've signed up for the DAS League, DAS Champions League that's going on right now. Is that going to be our main focus at this time during the break?
Yeah, I mean, I got Masters, but I feel like all I got in the next month is just mainly DAS tournaments. So I might grind some DAS, try and get better at that.
Do you feel like playing DAS has helped your stacking a little bit? I know a lot of people kind of comment that maybe your stacking isn't as proficient as some of the other top players, but they know that your mechanics are on point. Do you feel like this is the opportunity now to maybe silence the critics with this DAS play?
I feel like my 18 stacking is so much better when I play DAS. But I have taken notes from 19 DAS stacking for my 29 for rolling. But hopefully I can get better at stacking. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like better at stacking when I play DAS, which is weird. But hopefully I can get better at pacing and stacking.
Certainly, with potential of other players returning like Dangler, I'm sure Myles will look to try to come back, and a host of many others that will return for next season. Does that mean you'll be returning once more when we kick back our 5th year, Scuti? This will be the 5th official year of CTL, commencing this October. Will we see you try to come back for the B3B?
Yeah, I mean, how many people have back-to-backed?
I don't think anyone's done it.
It's Richard, the tapper.
Okay.
That's right. Yes, that's true. And I should have known that, Peak, because I had called, I think, all 3 of his wins. So who knows? But really, now that we're looking at this format of the playoff scenario, I think obviously the situation that you're in is much tougher than what Richard was doing back, many seasons ago, where basically it's just whoever was going to get to the top was the winner. Now we have this playoff system, and it's a little bit more convoluted. That I think the achievement of getting a B3B in this era certainly will have a lot of weight to it. So yes, you could certainly be up in the pantheon with someone like Richard, but we will look forward to seeing you again come season 27. Final thoughts from you, Scuti, before we let you go.
I mean, no, I'm just excited I got the back-to-back wins. Second CTL win, so excited for that.
Very
Well,
nice.
any shout outs for the homies before you go, Scuti? You gotta acknowledge your friends, right? The people that have been there with you, the people that are there to grind the game with you. Give them the shout out so that they can feel that 3 seconds of fame.
Shout out. Alright, let's just pull up the list. Alright. Cole, Doodle, Wallbant, Tyler. Yeah, Fractal. Just like, thank you, everybody.
All right, thank you to all those great, and I'm sure many others as well. Of course, to your parents and grandparents. Always I gotta say, Blue Scuti Grandpa always watching the match. Not even the ones that you're in. He's always watching these other ones. And I appreciate that. So your whole family very invested there, and I think Scuti. One last thing. We haven't announced this yet. I think it's common knowledge at this point. I think you have something cooking very soon, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm hoping to help run an event in my hometown in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I'm gonna get help, so just so you know, it's not gonna be a 14-year-old running an event. But yeah, I'm running an event. There's an open regional on Saturday, and DAS tournament on Sunday, so I'm excited to be able to help run an event and try and just get a lot of people there, hopefully, and have a good tournament.
Well, certainly, yeah. So I think it's called the Stillwater Showdown. That'll be happening, I believe, late October, Scoots, right? I think that's when that'll be happening. So, folks, make sure you check out all the Tetris Discords. That'll be announced and promoted heavily over the course of the next couple of weeks. And, Scooty, maybe we'll see you at Jonas Cup. Who knows? Your DAS is certainly capable of making a bracket there. We would love to see you come out and try your hand at the inaugural event that certainly people are going to be talking about for years to come. Jasmine,
Yeah.
again, you're fantastic. Yeah, final thoughts from you before we head out.
Yeah, I think that was just such a great final match. Both players played so well, and it was so evenly matched. And, if Myles got that last line clear on that one level, maybe things would have turned out differently. But couldn't have asked for a better game to watch, to commentate. So thrilling, and such high caliber play from both of those players. It was really great. I don't think there was a better way to end the season off.
Jake, my man, you've done an excellent job as always. Can't do it without you. And you got the YouTube was popping today. I saw that. A lot of people watching on that end, and Twitch. Of course, we had good numbers today. You are the host with the most when you run this. An excellent job on the pre-show. I was proud of you, man. Even though I gave you 3 hours notice, I'll give you 4 hours next time, and I'm sure you'll update those slides to look even fancier than those Wars guys. Right? We got to beat those guys.
Yeah, I just gotta make sure I add some animated backgrounds, and that's all you really need to do. No, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun commentating with people that, spoiler alert, I have never talked to any of you ever. The day you got Coffee, thank you so much, Coffee, Eyeball, Jasmine here going the finals. Everybody in the pre-show, everyone did a wonderful job, and I really missed that because these previous seasons, there's been some OBS issues that we got fixed finally, where like every time I try to get a co-commentator in, you can hear the Tetris sound effects. So I ended up having to commentate by myself for a long while. And this was the first time where I finally got to interact with an actual person for once. And, everyone did a wonderful job. And yeah, I'm really happy with all my co-commentators and how well they did, and for taking the time to come join me and give me their analysis and everything, their insight. I also want to thank everybody for contributing to the prize pool, everyone who followed. But yeah, thank you guys a lot for continuing to support this event, because as I mentioned in season 25, it's easy to kind of get more people to watch us whenever we're in the middle of CTWC season. And so after CTWC, there's like a little bit of worry that I have. I won't lie, a little bit of worry that's like, people will probably stop showing up, or we won't be getting as many players, or there won't be as much contribution to the prize pool. And you guys show that you're all interested in CTL, you're interested in our players, you're interested in the event that we run, and for that, I'm always grateful for literally everything. Even if you're just watching, you don't even have to like contribute any money to it. Just being here, chatting with us, giving us your takes on YouTube or on Twitch. It's all more than I could ever ask for, and I am eternally grateful for that. And of course, I'm grateful for Kingsman here, for being the showrunner of it all after Moodus wanted to blow it up and disintegrate it into dust.
At the end of the day, you have to give a standing ovation to that man, Moodus, the founder of CTL, the chairman emeritus of the league. He still, from afar, gives the input and gives his opinions on what's going on. But I think at the end of the day, he's happy with what is going on with what CTL has brought for the players. So again, thank you, Moodus, for all those years of bringing the league and getting it to where it is today, and allowing me to take over and be the organizer extraordinaire that I can be.